Namaste. In the continuation of material, we are going to discuss the classification of materials, how the materials are working, and how the different types of materials are utilizing. So now we are moving towards the slides step by step to analyze the various types of materials, which material tell us the various products, how these products are made, and so on. So go with that. So what are the materials? It is used to design and manufacturing of the products. So which kind of products? That is the plastic, which is made by plastic, that is arsenic lens, and that is by the wood. That is the design which is made by the wood, balsa wood. This is the composite material, layer of polycarbonate, aluminum and arsenic on the compact disc. So this is how the material is defining, and that is the ceramic material, that is tungsten carbide too. So these are the basic classification of the materials, how these materials are defining, and these are the metals now. The steel and the aluminum, which is implemented for making any kind of a product, and the fabric, the linen, cotton, nylon, and carbon for that particular roofing and for the other kind of work. So these materials are playing a very vital role for developing our civilization and helping our civilization to build step by step and fulfill at every aspect of our daily life. So as you can see in the figure, the various figures, all figures are related with that different kind of materials, and that material possessing another kind of importance in their category. So as you can see, the plastic, wood, composites, ceramic metals and fabrics are the various kind of materials. These materials are very well-known materials and are used for the various purposes. As you saw in the figure, that this steel and aluminum is for, obviously this is not the only thing which is made by this metal, but lots of things are made by these things. So you can see in this binder the two materials which we are utilizing, the aluminum and the steel. And here is the advanced material, that is the tungsten carbide tool, and this is the composite material, this is the wood, this is the plastic. So these are the various types of materials, and these materials are utilized to create a kind of a product which are useful for our daily life and for our work. So the classification of first material is the plastic, and it can be further classified as the thermoplastics, the polyethylene, the that is the PVC gutters, that is the pipe which is showing in this figure, the thermoset, the phenol formaldehyde, the thermosets which are used for making any kind of a handle, and the urea formaldehyde, that is used for the various kind of switches. So I am just telling you how these impacts are playing a very vital role to help our civilization, to help our daily life, for making our daily life a better way. And this is the elastomer, that is used as a rubber for making a tire and wire and so on, the materials. And this is the rubber. You can see it is used in the shoes. These are the elastomers, rubbers, which are utilizing, they providing the flexibility. So according to the material, we are creating the kind of a component, so the products. So a requirement of the product is related to the materials, and that is how we select the materials according to the requirement of the material and their working condition. So on that we have shown kind of plastic materials which are related to step by step and in a different manner. So these are the particular classification of thermoplastic. These are arsenics, nylon, PVC and polyethylene, and thermosets are epoxy-resin, phenolic and the polyester, and the elastomer are the rubber, silicones and the polyester. So these particular materials are categorized in a different the three categories, and these three categories are possessing a various kind of component, which component have their own importance, and they are doing their work according to the working condition. Now the next material is the wood. As we are very much known about the wood, it is from the beginning of our civilization. We are developed by these things. So how we utilize that wood in our daily life? So that the mahogany, that is the word. The mahogany, it's a very vital, very important hard wood, which is utilizing for making any kind of a bit, and it is a very long lasting material. So this is the oak wood. These are the very long lasting materials, woods which are utilizing for making any component. This is the ash, this is the beech, cedar, the soft material cedar, the manufacturing board, as you can say, the chipboard with the vinyl. So this is the kind of wood which is utilizing for creating a kind of a material. This table is made by these kind of things. It is known as also the plywood, you can say. This is the plywood, you can, as we talked about the plywood. So the woods are divided into three categories also: the hardwood and the softwood and the manufacturing board. The plywood, blockboard, MDF, mulline board, and the softwood divided by the pine, cedar, fir, spruce, and the hardwood is divided by the oak, ash, beech, and sycamore. So these materials are having their own influence, and according to their working, according to their characteristic properties, these things need to be chosen for making any kind of a product. And after choosing that, we are going to make a kind of a product. So now we are moving toward the classification of the material, the composite material. As we discussed, the composite is a combination of two or more chemically distinct material whose physical characteristics are superior to its constituents acting independently. So these composite materials are the combination of different types of materials with the chemical. These are different in their chemical distincts, and they are having a different kind of physical characteristics. So it is the sum up of the combination of the various kind of materials, and that is how this composite material is revolving this current scenario, which consists in a single material consisting of various property of the different kind of a material in a single material, and it making that particular material a lighter material, a stronger material, a heat resistant material, a corrosion resistant material, and lots of kind of properties in a single one. So it's a multiple property or characteristic material which is created by combining the chemical, combining the different kind of a material in a single one. So because of their high strength, stiffness to the weight ratio, they are widely used in this is the aerospace industry. Why this is very much required in the aerospace, as the space missions are very vast, and to carrying these kind of equipment, we need a various kind of a system. That system loading capacity is must be need to be taken care, and that if we decrease the load of that component, we will decrease the loading on the particular rocket and the particular emission system, by which we can transport more and adequate kind of a component to the space for the various kind of research and to study all these things. And the offshore structure, as you can see, these are the basically wind turbine which are using in the offshore for the generating the particularly electricity by the wind. So the condition, the working condition of this particular wind turbine in the offshore is that they are in the open area. They contain the moisture. They possessing the heat. They maintaining the heat, and they maintaining the humidity also. So to make a proper product and to make a sustainable product according to this condition or working condition, we need a kind of a material which maintain all these condition, and according to this, these things need to be taking care. So these integrating environmental condition where the generation of electricity by the wind is very necessary. So if the product which is made by this particular thing is not sustain that particular environment, how it will produce the electricity. So these composite material include the various kind of property in a single material, and we stand in that particular working scenario to maintain the particular thing and provide the various kind of energy. And also this is the board, as you can see, it is lighter, it is better, it is compact, and it is having a different kind of a material. So these all are made by this composite material, which is make it that particular product a very stronger product and very hard product, and containing a various kind of things. This is the sporting goods which are made by the composite, a light tennis which is easy to carry and having a very strong resistance power to revert the particular ball and to maintain the stability, the various kind of strength which is required during the playing of this tennis. So this is how these particular things are to be worked. Now, the various example of the composites includes the reinforced plastic. There is the glass reinforced plastic hull. This is the carbon reinforced plastic. That is the carbon including providing the hardness and hardness strength to that particular material. And it is the plastic, so it is the lighter in the weight. And if it is lighter in the weight, we require a less amount of fuel or less amount of power to fly this kind of a component. So that's why this composite is playing a very vital role, a very important role for flying this kind of a machine. And these are the ceramic matrix, the thrust chamber for the rocket. These rockets are utilizing for providing the space for taking the various kind of a component to the space. So these are the chamber which is containing a very high level of temperature, and that is how this particular material at a very small not in the small, but this material having a very high heat resistance power and possessing a very lighter in weight and providing a very high heat resistance because of that particular composite ceramic matrix. As this particular ceramic material is having a very ceramic material having the property of high heat resistance. So the combination of this matrix means that the combination of different material with this particular ceramic combining to create this kind of a high heat resistant chamber which maintain the flammability of that particular rocket chamber, which fly into the space to take care of that particular composite component. As you can see, this is the combustion chamber of the jet engine, where the high combustion, high speed rotation is taking place, and the high heat resistant power is required to maintain the heating resistance power into that particular aircraft to fly in a very efficient way. So for that particular thing, this kind of a material is very much necessary, and using this material, they are also in the lighter weight by which these particular machines are increasing their load carrying capacities and to easily travel from one place to another place with a very less efficient way. Less efficient way in the sense less efficient with the power supply. So less fuel supply is required if the lighter weight is applied. So this kind of thing is to be concluded. This is the particular cylinder lining. This is showing the metal matrix of that particular material, which is made by this thing. This is the car, which is made by the metal matrix for maintaining this particular beauty to showcase and to work in a proper, efficient way at a very high speed to maintain the accuracy of that particular car to travel at a very high speed. So this is the cylindrical lining, and in the particular things what we are telling you, that is the upper part and this is the lower part of the inside of that chamber. When the car is moving at a very high speed, the high heat resistance is required, and this metal matrix is particular things which is providing the cylindrical lining a very high resistance chamber, by which this particular high speed car is working in a very efficient way. And these are the laminated, that is the calver. This particular calver, the polyester safe, taffeta polyester safe, which is utilizing by this kind of laminated composite material, and to prevent this particular type of a sail to sustain the high velocity of the wind, and without tearing them, these can be taken care and to maintain the wind into the sea, and to travel to sail the particular boat in a very efficient way without tearing that particular sailing cable. So this is how these particular things are to be worked. And as you can see out the skin panel and the fuselage of the A380 Airbus. So these all things are related to this, and that is why these particular things are very important to take care of it. So ceramic are the compound of metallic and the non-metallic element. An example including, as you can see, the oxide. This is the spark plug which is utilizing, and this is containing the oxide, alumina, insulation, and the abrasive zirconia dyes for the metal extrusion and the abrasive processes. And that is how these particular materials are making, and these components are made. As you can see, they are containing a various kind of a component, various kind of a material. There is ceramic material, there is containing the metals also, and so on. That is how these things are maintained. And this is the carbide, tungsten carbide tool. It's a very efficient tool to cut a very harder material in a very efficient way. So for cutting, as we talk about the hardness is the property of material which resists the scratch, indentation in a material. So if we had a very hard material, how it will cut and how it will be shaped. So we need to create a kind of a material which is harder than that particular hard material. So we can create that kind of a tungsten carbide mixture tool, which is possessing a very high hardness, which cutting the particular hard material. So that is the kind of a composite anode in a very light way. This is the ceramic nitride, cubic boron nitride grinding beam. And the metal can be further classified. Now we are moving toward the metal. So these metals can be classified into the various categories. That is the ferrous and the non-ferrous. And some example are including, that is the aluminium, copper, brass, high speed steel, stainless steel. So these are the various categories which are utilizing to create the various kind of a component. Those components which are very helpful for making various kind of a product to maintain our daily life. So these ferrous and non-ferrous steel, the ferrous is containing the steels, stainless steel, high-speed steel, cast irons, and non-ferrous containing the aluminum, copper, brass, titanium. So these are the various category of that particular metal which are utilizing to create a kind of a component. So the fabrics can be further. Now we are moving to the last one, is the fabric one, and which can be further classified the natural and the synthetic. So this colorful nylon spine maker is obviously not the natural one. We are made by this particular synthetic one. And this the canvas deck chair is also made by some kind of a fabric that is created by the wools. And this polyester marine rope less strength than the nylon raise the UV light also. So these things need to be taken care. As you can see, this particular rope has some kind of a importance which is not which resists the UV lights. So that it is utilized only at that place where these particular things are need to be taken care, and that is why this type of fabrication and this type of materials component need to be created. This is the polyester kite which is made by the kind of a fabric. This is the t-shirt which is printed, and this is the space suit which is utilizing for the astronauts for traveling into the space. The material used in the space should include anodized mylar, neoprene coated nylon, Dacron, urethra coated nylon, terracotta, and spandex. The outer layer is a blend of Gore-Tex, Calvin, and Nomex. So you can imagine how much and how these particular things are to be made. So these particular combination of the material create this special shoe to maintain and balance the environmental condition for that particular astronaut to work in that particular scenario in a very efficient way. So these fabrics are very much vital, important, and play a very vital role in this kind of stuff. So these are the things which are divided by the category, the natural and the synthetic. The natural one is the cotton and the canvas, obviously, and the synthetic is the nylon and the polyester. And this is how these things are to be made. The classification now we moving to the smart material. Now these where the smart material play a very vital role, and it can be described as a material that has a useful response to the external influence or stimuli. So these particular smart material sensing the condition and develop themselves according to the condition. And there are many examples of the smart material in everyday use that in the modern development they include. So as you can see, that is a metal spring. The light bulb self-regulating because at the flame temperature increase, their resistance rise. So that is how these particular smart materials are working. As ancient civilization have a long used porous ceramic for self-regulating coating. So you can see these things are traveling from our civilization, and this is the thing which we are maintaining in this particular environment. So another more modern example of smart material including the shape memory polymer and the alloys, which is utilizing for heat fixed tubing and packaging, automobile, automatic actuator, open close greenhouse window, thermostat for the heating control. The smart wires, which is smart wire actuate the linear, regular and rotary thermotic actuation, that is the wire which are utilizing for robotic motion. So that is how they are sensing the cells, how to contract and expand. This is only just because of the smart sensing in that particular material, which enable this kind of things, smart thinking. So advanced link in the silicon and also rotatory motion the shift up to the 360 level. The smart fluid which is utilizing to motion control the gel, CD tray, opening, closing camera lenses, ferrofluid, earthquake damper, and the melting and the hard disk. So piezoelectric material which are utilizing for sensing musical card, motor, actuator, clocks, etc. And the Shyamlan colors which are utilizing. Then you can see these card bending and the printing, ink and the packaging in very fine efficient way. So that is how these particular materials are very well. Other more modern example of the smart material including this particular polymer. This is the unique polymer that fuses in hot water and can then be molded to any form. When solid, it has a similar property to the nylon. So this is how these things are changed themselves according to the condition, and it is used to make a module of the particular vacuum form seated, as you can see, and few type of this particular metal cycle project. So these are in the experimental based things, and this is the include the thermal color sheet. You can see in activated sheet, this self-adhesive sheet whose color changes according to the temperature used for the thermometers, warning patches, and novelty advertisement of the products. And this is the finger placed on the seat. This is the self-additive sheet whose color change according to the temperature. So that is how these particular smart things are working, and this you can see the temperature sensing of these particular things are to be working. So this is how these particular sheets are working, and this smart material is playing a very vital role in our daily life to enhance that things. So from there now, this is the first the things which we need to conclude, and the further classes we will discuss in detail. Thank you.